CM Punk, the fifth member, and Jey Uso likes it. Jey Uso likes it. Okay, they're going. I'm going off the air now. I'm gonna say this here. Remember the time when Paul Heyman was with the OG blood, with the new 2.0 bloodline, where Punk was in the ring, and he says, "Take me with you."
Yep.
Yes, I remember. Yep. He said, "Take me with you, please. Please take me with you."
Yeah.
Right. If you do me this favor, please. One favor. He goes, "What is it, Paul? Take me with you." Mm-hmm.
I give today's show a solid 10 out of 10.
Yes, let's yes indeed. What time is it? 2:20. So I thought I could, when I edit a video, and we're gonna do like a review part here, like we did yesterday, which I gotta upload on for the TNA. Let's go right into it. Canary, your thoughts here. First and foremost, let's go with the main event. What we just finished seeing, the last revision is history. You give it a 10 out of 10. Obviously, Punk being part the fifth man, and they did it before the spoilers got out. I loved it.
I loved it because we were all so dead set on it that it was going to be Seth Rollins, and they were going to find a way to covertly put him in the match. But as much as I don't like Phil, as much as I hate him, I think that this is probably going to be one of the greatest War Game matches we have ever seen, because it is actually everybody that has dealt with Paul Heyman at one point in time and another in their career. So I love this. I'm so happy. Main event, 10 out of 10. The entire show, from the backstage segments to the wrestling matches, 10 out of 10. Well done, Pop H. Well done, WWE.
Yes, indeed. With that, yes, indeed. I'll go to the chef. Chef, give me your thoughts. The main event.
Main event, 10 out of 10. They filled every parameter of storytelling, had us thinking they were going one way, swerved us with another. We're here with it. I'm absolutely loving it. And also just a special shout out to Punk, really. The last match you did was Hell in a Cell, and you go right back into a cage. You're a crazy motherfucker. The cojones.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Very good one on that one. Very good one on that.
Terrence.
You're still computing. I see you there, concentrated. Are you ready to give your thoughts on that one? What we just saw, Heyman, Punk.
I think his screen is frozen.
He probably is.
No.
Okay.
Now your screen is frozen.
Do you want me to skip over you for now? No, the floor is yours, buddy.
Damn. This was a hell of a show. The ending completely threw me off guard. But for one, I was just happy to see the Wise Man back on the screen. Like I said, I was waiting to hear those words, and it happened. Main event from beginning to the end. CM Punk. I know it's not really realistic because of his age and because of what all he's doing in Hollywood and stuff like that right now. I kind of almost thought for a second that he would bring out The Rock, but now that I look back on it, like after that Bad Blood, when he came out and looked at Cody and Roman standing next to each other side by side, it's like, I don't know if he's going to team with Roman for that reason, because of what they had going on at WrestleMania. Now the CM Punk and Roman factor, that's wild. That's insane. Like, I don't really, like, I'm not mad at it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at it. Like, it's awesome, but it's like, I can't really describe it like because all I could say, like, I noticed towards the end when Roman was talking to CM Punk and Roman was asking him why was he here, and the camera kind of went away from them talking a little bit, and then it kind of went back, and the next thing I saw was him saying, like, pretty much like, CM Punk telling Roman, like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for the wise man. I'm here for Paul Heyman, my advocate, or pretty much like that. I've seen those words kind of verbatim come out of his mouth. And Roman kind of shaking his head like, all right, okay, yeah. Seeing Jay clapping his hands like Jedi said, like he loves it. I seen the wise man wink his eye at Jimmy when he looked at him. He was like, yeah, I'm back. But CM Punk and Roman Reigns, I did not have that on my bingo card at all for 2024, especially going into Survivor Series, teaming with each other. At the least, I thought, and it still could happen, one day we maybe could see a Roman and CM Punk match. That's not on the menu right now. We're more so about CM Punk and Rollins. But I don't know. I really can't say too much more right now. I'm just kind of shocked that, like, it's awesome, but like, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
It took you for a loss of words, which is no problem. That's what they want. That's what the WWE wanted to do. They wanted to get you get invested in more ways than different. You know, some people lost a word. Some people might have broke the TV. Some people might have, jumped for joy, spit their coffee, kind of excited, smoke a cigarette. But my point, I like what Carlos Paul said. That was Punk's idea to put the Shield together. So you could say he is the original architect of the Shield. And that's why Roman's like, what are you doing here? Like, I don't want, I'm with, maybe that's a common enemy or, enemy of your enemy is my friend. Maybe that a way for Rollins and Roman to try to mend fences later down the road or whatever the case is. But we did say that now it's going to cause Rollins a chance to be irate, that he wanted to be that fifth member, where Roman could say, well, you didn't want to be here. You didn't want it. You didn't want to be the fifth member. Also, Sami Zayn's snake or being a slithering snake could still be a factor with the phone. And maybe that's where, Rollins thinks he needs to interject himself into the War Games, and he could rekindle with, the anger with CM Punk. Remember, Rollins last year, what was last year's ending of the War Games? Rollins very pissed off to see CM Punk back in the company. Now he's going to be even more pissed off a year later. He took his spot. And the thing is, it's all on him because he neglected that spot, Canary. He didn't say I wanted that spot. He said no to that spot. So now you can't get upset but himself.
Exactly. He has nobody to blame but himself, even though I will always ride for Daddy Rollins.
And I can't believe me. A War Games with Rollins in it would have been great, but now Punk is the money, like you said, the big money picture, because he's a former Paul Heyman guy, and again, and then I go back to what he said, take me with you to Punk, and Punk was like, okay. Yeah. So that's for those that are gonna say, how does that make sense? Shoehorning him. One thing that I loved about here tonight, double taping, but it was in Utah. That means they're 2 hours behind, or that means that they didn't not like last time that they recorded the SmackDown an hour early and then the spoilers were out. Now we already know who the fifth member is. Now the internet community cannot spoil the fifth man. Now we know it's 5 man. Now we know Jay and Jacob Fatu are going to wrestle for the man advantage of who goes in first. So that spoiler's out the window. But I want to hear now the opening promo now of Paul Heyman. Now I gotta want to hear from the wise man, either digital exclusive backstage or later on when they recorded for next week. Why did he tap the shoulder on Punk? Because I know everybody's gonna say, and they're not gonna say it, why not Lesnar? Why not Lesnar, who is more of a, and I want to hear from wise man, I never disconnected my phone. That's good. I never disconnected my phone for you, my tribal chief. When I want to hear those words come out of his mouth. Obviously he did not disconnect the phone.
I want to hear the explanation for the disconnection. I want to hear if it was a call waiting type situation where my tribal chief, I was on the phone with Phil at that exact moment in time when you had called.
Could be that. It's that it was the number you reach is disconnected, Canary. When you're call waiting, it doesn't say it's disconnected. It just keeps going. You can hear the boop, boop. It still rings. So I gotta see that. If Paul Heyman says, my tribal chief, I never changed my number. Then let the plots and the dissensions in the cage begin. Oh my God! Just think of the layers, levels, like Terrence Shirt says, levels. Levels.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Levels. I mean, talk about episodic storytelling. Not only that, guys, after this War Games, there's going to be even more storyline and more stories coming out, branching out of this whole storyline of the whole War Games, because we don't know who wins the Bloodline matchup. Which one? That's another story. What happens inside the cage? What does it have to do with the final boss? What does it have to do with Phil and Heyman's relationship? If it's a one-time thing, you know, if Rollins, this Sami Zayn, if he's a snake, then what? How does Jey Uso feel after Sami Zayn? You know, if he does betrayed, he was gonna want his head on a platter. So there's so many bloodline storylines that comes out of it. It's only gonna get better. My goodness. Let's talk about something different that came out of tonight. Was let's go with DIY. They're teasing a heel turn. The Motor City Machine Guns being too nice with Gargano. Could it be Gargano playing possum to get the machine guns, where Gargano is going to go full heel with his partner and then go after the guns? Or you think DIY is going to split?
I don't think DIY is going to split. In all honesty, we've never seen a tag team turn together, or we haven't seen it in a minute. We haven't seen that type of turn in a solid minute. So I think, because everybody always pulls parallel to DX and DIY. Everybody does. So for me, it's going to be, I really want to see them turn heel together. I don't want to see Tomas turn on Johnny. I don't want to see Johnny turn on Tomas. I want to see them turn together on Motor City Machine Guns. Like, you guys showed up here your first day and you decided to take our titles. No, let me show you why we're the veterans and you guys are the newbies and the rookies. That's what I need to see from them, because we're seeing that heel turn from Candice after she lost Indy. Now we need to see that from Johnny and Tomas as well. Or they're going to get lost in the shuffle again in being single competitors. I hate to say it, but that's what we're going to see.
Okay. Terrence, your thoughts here with the tag team division, the Motor City Machine Guns and Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. You think they're splitting, or you think this is just a possum to try to lower the guard of Motor City so they could be opportunistic and pounce?
I think he's it could be that, like, it could be like a possum as far as like him trying to play off that he doesn't want to, like, that he doesn't feel the same way as Tommaso feels. But I mean, like, regardless, I don't see them. I would like to see them for the singles run, but I don't see them splitting up. At least right now. Then as far as like challenging for the titles, I don't really. It could happen, like they could force themselves into it because they started tonight, but it just wasn't working. Because it was a Prophet's time or whatever. But as far as like a heel turn goes, with them separating, like Canary says, like it's better that they're heel together. Because like also once again, like where they just say they do split up. Like where does Johnny Gargano go from here? Because I can't really see him being, because he's already a babyface. He's a babyface solo if they split. Tommaso's a heel if they split, and we know how he can be as a heel. Like he can be fantastic. Like we've seen him in NXT. But them together, it kind of helps out Johnny per se and Tommaso as well, and the tag team division as well too. Because they're pretty. As much as we like, kind of like, you know, I won't say crap on them, but like, you know, they're pretty good in the ring, talented, man. Like it's just the character wise, like you have to get vested into them. Like, and already, like to me, already Tommaso's there. Like if you got Tommaso on your team, okay, then okay, all right, I'll deal with it. But a split, I don't see them splitting up at all.
All right, I'm gonna go to Ship Dan. Ship Dan, your thoughts on that as well? Do you think you know, are they playing possum DIY, or are they really going to tease a split?
I'm in the same agreement with everyone, but for a completely different reason. I think the internet has kind of made it like a foregone conclusion that at some point DIY is going to split, and that the running joke has been online that at some point Tommaso Ciampa is going to turn on Gargano. It's too obvious, And it's so obvious to a point that I'm asking, all right, is there any other avenue that they can do? And when you guys speak of that avenue, I go, well, that's an avenue that I haven't seen them do. That's a fresh new look. That's something you can try. I think this regime is up for taking those type of chances. So, yeah, only because Tommaso turning on Johnny is like tired.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. Everyone's like you said, everyone thinking they're going to go that direction. I think they're playing possum. I think they're going to try to lure the guns and go. Gargano's going to go to full heel, born. Go at it. But I think it's going to happen during the Montez and Dawkins match, where they're going to have that match, and Johnny Gargano looks like he's going to try to stop Tommaso from interfering, but then he's going to attack and go after the machine guns. This is the one thing that I think might happen, though. I think Prophet still loses the match, where Dawkins has been very aggressive. He's been uber aggressive, punching people in the mouth. I think he punches Montez in the mouth, and I think that's the team that splits. Where you're going to get your Montez solo push, because I think Dawkins is going to break and he's going to punch Montez in the mouth and establish himself as a heel, and no one's going to, you kind of think it's going to happen, but you're like, no. And I think that's where they're going to go. But you're still going to have DIY still heel. The machine guns now, like, whoa, damn, with some chaos in the storyline wise. I think that's the way they go. I would like them to go that way. I'm kind of seeing that, because it takes everyone sent off from DIY being the team that splits. Is really it's the Profits, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll see on that. It's going to be compelling with their tag team division. Let's talk about the United States tournament. Now, we're seeing Jade Cargill out, a mystery woman coming in later on. We'll speculate on that. But we see Chelsea Green getting a big, important victory. How big was this victory for you, Chef Dan, for Chelsea Green winning in this tournament and advancing?
Huge. It helps her out in advancing in the card and just getting what she rightfully deserves. Chelsea's been a faithful soldier, and it's just about time she gets rewarded for it. So, if not, why not her?
All right, I'll give you Canary, then I'll go to Terrence. But Canary, Chelsea Green winning this here. Your thoughts on her right call and the way they protected Bianca was another great job.
Honestly, that whole segment from the beginning of the match to the end, absolutely amazing. Complete cinema, from Jade's acting to the way that Bianca decided to just jet out of the ring. It really brought me back to the Thunderdome era, when Bayley took out Kairi Sane in order to help Sasha beat Asuka in a fair way. That's what it very much so reminded me of that. I think that it protected Bianca, not making her look weak. It made her look actually that much stronger. I think Chelsea giving the pin and Blair taking the pin was absolutely amazing. I think that, Blair looked really good. Chelsea looked absolutely amazing. The women just showed up and showed out. I really think that they made the right choice to have Chelsea advance into the competition. Yeah.
I agree with you on there. Terrence, give me your thoughts on that. Because we still got the women's war games to talk about, but the ramifications there, because it kind of bleeds into the women's war games as well. But the United States title, you are seeing that Chelsea Green advances. Your thoughts on that tonight?
To me, and I can say this about a lot of women, but like as far as like Chelsea Green, like the right choice was made, because she's been, without a title, entertaining, the most entertaining woman on SmackDown, and I maybe dare say in WWE that like I really enjoyed as far as like her work and how she pulls it off, and like she's been deserving of it for like a while back, especially coming back to WWE after that first stint that she had, which was like, I don't even remember what was going on with that. She just came in and just nailed that Karen character and everything. It just continues to get better and more entertaining as time goes on with her character. And I believe she has a lot more things in the chamber to unleash too. So and then also she's talented as well in the ring. She's not afraid to put her body on the line. We've seen that at that Money in the Bank ladder match or whatever that was at when she went to that ladder or the tables or whatever, that spot, that was insane. Like, just all those factors alone with her, I think she's well deserving of it. So as far as this victory, going forward, yeah, she was the right one. She was the right one.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Chelsea Green earned her spot advancing in that tournament due to the fact that I like, again, the way they protected Bianca Belair with attacking Jade. We'll get to her in a second. But just to see her get the victory, I'm glad that Blair Davenport was in this tournament. Great to see her new ring gear, seeing her on television. We know she could go. It doesn't hurt for her to take a pin in a triple threat because, at the end of the day, we know Chelsea right now is advancing a story. Chelsea has done the best with the little bit of TV time. Also, she actually was in a dumpster match, got full of garbage, just to help further Mia Yim's push. She and going to NXT, going there and doing the work and bringing in Julia into the company, taking the knee and presenting her strong. Chelsea's done whatever is needed, a jack of all trade, well-deserved, well-earned spot here. Hopefully she advances and gets to the finals for that Women's United States title. For her, we're cheering Chelsea on, so she moves on to the next round. Now we saw Jade Cargill take out. Now we're wondering who is the fifth female member on Damage Control on Bianca's team. Rhea's there. We've seen all that convoluted situation, but there's more storylines within the women's, because Jade being injured. Now we're going to see who's the fifth person to take that for that spot in War Games. And let alone who's going to be in the tournament to take Jade's spot. That's a way of taking Jade out without having her get pinned or look weak with an injury. So your speculation, Canary. First, the speculation: who attacked Jade? Let's go with that one first. Backstage, who do you think attacked Jade?
First and foremost, okay, like I said on the stream, but I said it very quietly where not a lot of people could hear, and I did that for a reason. I needed more evidence in order to make my case. So here it is. If you guys zoom in on the picture of Jade, she also, it looks like they're going the angle of a broken orbital bone. Because if you look, her eye is bleeding. If you zoom in on the picture of Jade, when she's sprawled all across the car, the hood of the front of the car, you zoom in on her eye, it's all red and bloody like Rhea's was. So... And if you notice, Liv's new moniker is this. She covers her eye. An eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. And their eyes are what I have a feeling WWE's parallel to is those tag team titles. An eye for an eye. We want them back. An eye for an eye. They're going to continuously keep taking them out week after week until they just give them that match. So I'm going with my last and final answer. It was Liv and Raquel.
Ooh, you know what? I love it. I love when we have a conversation and have that discussion. Terrence, I mean, you could bring your theory as well, and you could elaborate on Canary. Floor is yours, my friend.
As far as to check out Jade, that's a good question. I mean, like, it's kind of back and forth with me, like, because I changed it. Initially, I would say when you asked me on the stream, said Nia. It's like it's Nia, like, But then she had that backstage promo with Nick Aldis, and she pretty much denied it and said she would take her out. She wouldn't want to take her out at War Games. I still feel like she could be a suspect in doing it. But then, like, I don't really have a good, like, as far as, like, guess on that, I would say maybe Naomi. Just because of, and especially after that, I forgot, I don't know if Mary sent it or you sent it, but that photo I seen with her looking at the hard camera, like, yeah, bitch, I got you. I'm about to face you.
Also, Terrence, to kind of further your point, Naomi was the first one out there too with Jade.
Yeah, but they got something going on, like, in between those three, just those three alone. Not really even including Bailey. So I feel like maybe just because of like maybe I want to say they're getting all the TV time or yeah, because like Naomi, she's in the tournament, right, Jedi? Canary, she's in the tournament, right?
Yeah, she is.
Naomi, it is. Yeah, she is. Next week she
Naomi,
runs.
she
Okay.
competes next week.
Bianca was in. She lost. Her opportunity was done. Jade got taken out, so both of them are out. So if those two are out and Naomi is still in right now, who has the most to benefit just out of those three alone?
Naomi.
I think Naomi.
Naomi.
Naomi. I think Naomi. And I love Naomi, but you know, she needs something. She needs something right now. So
She needs an edge. She needs an edge.
Yeah. I think her.
Yeah, and the comment, I'll go to Chef Dan. Chef Dan, look at the. I want to hear your thoughts, but the comment says, you know, Naya could bring the Tonga twins. That's something possibility there, Randy. People will love to see that, but let me go to Chef Dan and we'll elaborate more on the Tonga twins. Chef, your thoughts there on the possible replacement fifth and to taking out and who benefits?
I mean, Bailey benefits, but I think to me it's come down to either Liv and Raquel, like Canary said, or it might be Naya, like the chat said.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting because the tournament now, that fifth member, that not fifth, the third on that triple threat. Any thoughts on that? There, do they bring up an NXT lady? Do they go with someone that we're not thinking about in the because you know or someone from Raw to take that spot? Because they really haven't put anyone from Raw. Any names? Want to throw a name out? Anyone? Can anyone throw a name?
If not an NXT person, who's already been eliminated that you still want to see get their opportunity? I think Candice LeRae.
I think
what are you gonna say?
Since Candice LeRae is already in the match on Liv's team, if we're thinking in terms of the opposite team and Jade's on that team, wait, is Jade in War Games?
Yeah, she was.
Okay, if we're thinking in terms of the good guy side on War Games, we have to think in terms of who would be better. And honestly, put Michin in that match.
Michin is next week. She's part of that.
Yeah, she's already.
I'm trying to find the bracket. Let me find the bracket one more time.
I thought we were talking about War Games for Jade.
No.
In terms of the bracket competition, switching her out, put Lash Legend in there.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Put Lash Legend or Jericho up in there.
Yeah, because all the other women.
One of those two.
Because next week is going to be the mystery opponent, Michin, and Piper Niven. That's one bracket. So Cargill's out. I mean, that's where you think Lash Legend might be installed there. We also have Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Elektra Lopez. That will be settled next week as well. Ooh. So we'll find out which two ladies, or either that or after Thanksgiving, after the war game matchup. But again, will be interesting to see there because we already have Bailey advancing as well as Chelsea Green. Now, could it be where it could, like you said, could it be Naomi taking out Jade and she distracted Bianca by taking out Jade, where now makes it easy path for Bailey to get to the finals, where you're thinking Bailey is Naomi's only true good friend, and then Naomi could easily turn on even Bailey. And like, damn, I didn't even see Naomi turn total uber ultra heel and even stab Bailey in the back. Where everyone's thinking Bailey's the one that's going to stab Naomi in the back or so forth. The tables could turn. That'd be interesting to see. Major plot twist on that one. Major plot twist if they do that there. This United States title, guys. The presentation, the repackaging of Shinsuke Nakamura. Looking great with the dark, like he's been touching the dark matter, from Doctor Strange, getting in the book of Souls, but he looks phenomenally heelish. LA Knight is in some trouble. Canary, your thoughts, your presentation, and where did he go with Santo Escobar?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I heard bits and pieces of that match because it is like super heavily like raining outside right now here in Cali, or in the Bay at least. So that one I didn't really get to see, but the bits and pieces that I did hear of it, I liked it. I thought it was great. Like I said, today's SmackDown, 10 out of 10. Everything for the first time in a while with SmackDown, it was actually really, really good. And I didn't have to fight with my internet for half the time. So it was great.
That's even better. That's even better. Yes, indeed. Your thoughts, Chef Dan, of Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura, his heel persona, his presentation. Is your boy LA Knight in some trouble going down the line with Nakamura, or is this going to be like, again, a Seth Rollins with Nakamura we saw last year?
It all depends on how well that first match goes. Based on there, I don't know, but so far Nakamura is very well, much so presented himself very well. I'd have to say that.
Doesn't feel forced. He doesn't feel forced. He feels done on perfect. Terrence, your thoughts on Nakamura's presentation? I mean, what's your opinion on that? You hear ours. What's your thoughts on his presentation? And you think LA Knight is in trouble?
Just like I said, like when he first initially came in, I told you, like when he first came in, I said, you know what? Jedi? Like, I think he could be the one to take the title off of LA Knight. And I still feel like that way because of how he's been presented. Like that whole look, like that's different from him and Seth Rollins. That's like, this is a whole different Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, I didn't even know he was on SmackDown. But like this presentation, he's in trouble. Like I think LA Knight is in trouble with this one. Like I said, if they have two matches, LA Knight wins the first one. He wins it the second time they go around. But if they just have one match, even if they just have one match, I think they have Shinsuke take the title off of LA Knight because of how everything is looking right now, especially after the little promos he started doing with kind of callbacks to with Seth Rollins. He started doing a little subtitles and stuff like that. Started doing a little like, I think with that one, he was doing like what comics and stuff like that. It was like a little like kind of like samurai-ish thing, like you said. But like just right now, as far as off the presentation, going off of that, I think Shinsuke gets LA Knight whenever they fight.
Okay. All right. Okay. Personally, I love the presentation of Nakamura. I really love that he's dark character. He's staying heel. He comes in. I love the vignette, the vignette that they had with him in prior mind games on LA Knight, the distraction. Here's another thing. If this were to happen either Saturday night's main event or on a Friday night's SmackDown, he takes that United States title. When he shows up at Pro Wrestling Noah as WWE United States Champion, you're branding across promotions. I think they will allow Nakamura to take that title and showcase it at Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. That would be a great marketing plan, and trying to get NXT or the ID program in Japan with the WWE title and Nakamura being an ambassador as a champion. I think that's also another route they could go there. It'd be great to see that there. But let's Nary likes 10 out of 10 tonight for SmackDown. I'm gonna go 9.5. It was really good tonight. I mean, everything was great. Storytelling wise, the half. Why not a 10? Because I don't want to sound like a shill and be like, oh, because it's WWE, you're gonna love everything. I'll take that half point because of the commercials. That's all I'm gonna. I'm gonna take. I mean, it was a flawless show. It's got us talking about every storyline. Mm-hmm. The phone. You want to know about the phone? We want to know about that. I mean, Terrence, your grade. If you want to give it a grade, you don't want it. You could say pass on that as well.
Yeah, I'm not really good on grades. But this was a fantastic show tonight. This was a really good show tonight. It's just the ending. I was a little thrown off on it. Like the ending capped it off very well, very well. Like nobody saw. I was hoping Paul Heyman, but after that, nobody really was expecting what had happened at the end. SmackDown was pretty damn good tonight.
All right, But Chef, I know people tune in and they kind of want to hear our number grade because people that are listening kind of want to know what we're talking about. Give me a grade of your thoughts of SmackDown. So for the audience that are your thoughts.
SmackDown started off very good. It ended strong, really crescendoed. I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. The reason I had to take a 1.5 away is because there was a major segment that kind of ended up incoherent, and that was Cody's.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. Wow.
Which, everything besides from that hit all the parameters I wanted it to. It furthered storylines. You added suspense. You had all these things, but I do have to take a 1.5 away from the fact that Kevin Owens laid out damn near the perfect heel promo, the perfect reason for a person to turn heel. And Cody Rhodes had an opportunity to hit him right back where he hurts it, but also in a good way to tell him the truth, but let the truth hurt. But he just sounded very incoherent.
Wow, I forgot all about that, man.
Exactly.
Oh
Forgot about that.
That was such a bad
That's
segment.
your WWE Undisputed Champion.
Let me change my answer real quick. Let me change that. I'm going to go with Jedi's 9.5 because after remembering that segment, not only did it make me feel embarrassed for Cody Rhodes, like, it straight up made me embarrassed because Kevin ate him alive on that mic.
He did. He
ate him alive.
Wow. And the thing is that we forgot about it. Wow.
We did. And that's how bad that segment has to have been because we forgot to talk about it. So that's how bad that segment was. And it wasn't even on Cody, or it wasn't even on Kevin's part. And I hate to say this because the Cody fans are going to come for me when I say this. Cody Rhodes was the one that dropped the ball in that segment.
He did.
Say it again.
It's almost like he was in a roadblock on what to say. It was almost like there was a block in his mind and he couldn't refute what he said.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. You know what? Wow, you're right. Because I didn't even for us to want to forget about it, because once Kevin Owens threw the facts about why he upset with Cody, the one guy that I've been here 4 years, they kind of almost said before you even was in the company, I've been fighting them. And then you come in and I helped at 39 that pat your back. At 40, I actually came out and helped you. And then you go right away and you tag with him. Like, really? You didn't even ask me. You were you pretty much wanted to give me a title shot, but then when you needed a tag, you tagged with him instead of asking me. And what Cody then Cody went to the result of putting him over with his accolades. Oh, you were a champion. You were this. It's like, it doesn't resonate. It didn't resonate.
You hate yourself. Yeah. It's like, and that's why when somebody pulled parallel to that, it's like, oh, it was one of my girls on Twitter. She pulled parallel to it. It's no, you don't hate me. No, you hate yourself. No, we hate you. No.
I mean,
we hate you specifically because of the way you're carrying the title, the way you're dropping the ball, and the way you can't even argue back.
And he's a good promo. He's not the greatest, but he's a good promo talker.
Yeah, that's the thing about it.
Storyteller. But this, when Kevin Owens threw the truth, the fact on why, storyline truth to him, he had no rebuttal.
No.
He should just say, you know what? I don't care. Cody should have said, you know what? I don't care if it's my fault or not. Or if it is, you're mad if I teamed up with Roman or not. You had no right to power drive my friend, and I'm going to kick your ass for it. And he should have been Cody the aggressor running at and handing hold back, looking for, and if he would have done that and not all that verbatim word salad that he did, I think it would have probably seen Cody a little more stronger. It's okay to cut the promo sector a little bit if you just wanted to go with the physicality and say, you know what, and show that he was really that hell-bent, upset that Randy Orton got power drive when he just went through neck fusion. If you would have said that, my friend that I came up in this business with, and you power drived him when he had neck fusion and he couldn't got his life together to keep in pain and just talk the realism about neck pains and waking up each and every day, and it says that's why I'm hell bent to get my hands on you, where by any way necessary, then would have been all right. Oh damn, Cody means business. He's pissed, but no, he has to go about reading his old resume, his acolytes. Oh, this is what you do. It was like you totally boo. You just I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go make a hamburger. I mean, it was that was what my mindset went when Cody was like, oh, here we go. So
he could have came out in the suit for all of that.
And then the thing is, here's the thing that made us more. Yes, I made it more irate. When the hell is the match? Do we know when the hell they're gonna wrestle? Is it War Games or Saturday main event?
Honestly, I see them taking this to War Games because they mentioned both, but I honestly see it taking it to War Games itself because if you think of it, Kevin's argument is 110% valid. It's like you spent this whole time getting the whole locker room behind you to end this group.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. And then you turned around when the original member of the group, the leader, no less, came back. You turned around and said, you know what? Let me help you. Let me help you fight this fight. When that specific person himself even said, this is not your fight.
Exactly.
This is my fight. But it just furthered the point that he is a politician and he will do whatever he needs to do to stay relevant. And I hate to say that, and I know a bunch of Cody Nation doesn't come for me when I say that, but he does not need to be involved with everything. So take it to War Games. Have Kevin really accentuate that point. I put my body on the line for you to help you with this cause. And you turn around and you help them? What was the point then? Then what was the point of Seth blowing his ACL for you? Mm-hmm. What was the point of that?
Undertaker.
What was the point of the Undertaker helping you? John Cena helping you.
Andre the Giant. Chief. I mean, they all came out. Doink the Clown. I mean, yeah.
Right.
It's like you had all these people help you, and you're going to turn around and be a hypocrite and help the person that you needed literally everybody to help take down. And you're going to turn around and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll help you because I feel really, 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 really bad for you. No.
He's not supposed to care. He's not supposed to care about Roman and all of them at all. But he decides to, I'll team with you. Bro, really? No. That's the fact that Kevin is mad.
That's exactly
broke it down, Canary.
And she broke it down great. The whole locker room feels like they got slated. We went out there and we were cheering for you. We wanted you to beat this tyrant, the way Seth Rollins says. And now you teamed up with him. Seth Rollins could even say, and I tore my ACL, and made further damage where I couldn't even walk for a couple of, all that stuff could come back to bite him in the ass on that. We'll see how that goes there, man. This was good here for Cody. I would like to know when that match is with Kevin Owens, and it doesn't look good for him being champion for too long. I know he's the top merch seller. Kids, they'll probably hold on to the title after until Christmas, whatever the case is, because the holiday tour, they want to see Cody. They want to see Cody, and he's the world champion. Maybe that's where we'll see, but I don't know on that. But that's from Friday Night SmackDown. We'll end the review, a little bit of the review there. We got good 25-30 minutes after SmackDown went off the air. So thank you guys for the review. We appreciate everyone. We cannot wait to see what happens here. The build for War Games continues to be great. Monday Night Raw is going to be great because it's live, so we'll get to see that. And again, thank you guys again. Thank everyone. Hit that like. And by the way, we were number two on X and watch along. Again, only Denise Salcedo was the highest. So we were number 2 viewed watch along on SmackDown. We continue to grow, and we're going to continue to grow. We're going to feel the force. Let's go. And we appreciate everyone. Thank you again. Absolutely. And everyone have a blessed Saturday night. May the sports be with you. Remember, acknowledge the Sports Jedi Network. We're the ones. Have a good night.